Okay, so I am live. So, matter of fact, let me cut on this light up and turn down this TV. Like the situation. Okay, so that's turned down. Okay, so basically, this live or this video is, I don't know, I'm just going to be talking. Like I said, this is basically for me, so whoever watches it, watches it. I might not even say too much on this video, probably just going to be thinking. I don't know, but this is for me. Sorry, let me get quiet for this. Yeah, 2 minutes in. Is this still too loud? Okay. So, anyways, this is some stuff that I was thinking. Oh, goodness, this oatmeal. I don't like when you gotta cut it. Like you gotta cut it with a spoon. It was smooth when you can just. My nail was like I can literally cut this oatmeal with the spoon. I mean, it's not cold, but it's not hot. Okay, so some of the stuff that I was thinking about recently. mm, Some of the stuff that I was thinking about recently was how a lot of, how can I say, the enemy or y'all evilness people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just say what it is. How my children's father, like basically two of them, but it's one main one. My son's father, Melvin. My son name is Melvin. He a third. So obviously he's named after his dad. His dad is a second. Um, mm-mm, sorry. Again, this is live. Okay, 4 minutes in. All right, let me get to the point of the video. How I was just thinking. Basically, how he's being quote unquote not lucky at this time, but like me getting everything out. Like I was talking to a chaplain, a spiritual chaplain. So she was giving me not different scenarios, but just like I'm giving myself different scenarios. She's like pushing me to like think about some stuff and whatever. So we was talking. This is a couple of days ago. So we was talking, and so I was, and it's more so I was telling her more so like I tried to not think about my son's father, Melvin, or like that situation at hand, how like, he lied to take my child from me. And my son, Melvin, he was 3 years old, two and a half, going on 3 years old at the time in October. And, he's autistic. So he wasn't even functioning on like a 3 year old, 2.5 year old level. He was like 3 months old in some other area, 6 months old in one area, 18-month old, and like it's different skills, that he had. But he was not on no 3 year old level. He turned 3 in December. And this happened in October of 2017. So, and the last time I seen my son was in 2018. Okay. So, I, even throughout all, throughout this time, like I try not to think about, especially his dad in the situation, because I do get emotional. Because I'm like, my son is like, ugh, like for one, like, how you so proud of yourself to take a baby from their mother, and their mother ain't even do nothing. Like, you lied. I got my daughter one, and she might come up in here, and she's autistic too. So that I be saying, like, I birthed twins in 2 different years, like, but the spectrum is wide. The autism spectrum is wide because my daughter, she's 3 now. She just turned 3, 4/21, and um, like she has more developmental skills than what my son Melvin had. Like, the spectrum is wide. But anyways, and Melvin was not doing half of the stuff that my daughter was is doing now. But she's still autistic, tested and everything, diagnosed, all that stuff. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. But I'm like, how you being a man? What are you thinking? Even still to this day, I'll be like, what is he thinking? Especially having it go along far, this far for all these many years. Like, dude, why are you still? Are you like? Come on now. Say the truth. Like, free yourself. Say the truth. And I'm like, you hurting my children. Not only your son, but his brothers. They haven't seen him since 2018. He got a little sister that he hasn't seen, like, physically. Like, we all connected spiritually, through me that came through the room. So we always going to be connected spiritually. But far as physically, like, dude, and how are you proud of yourself? Like, to lie on a black woman, somebody that me and him, we never had like freaking problems until I was pregnant, when he was just like, F the baby. F you, I don't want to have no baby, yada, yada, yada. And that whole thing, transpired. But while we was like in a relationship, and the whole time he was like cheating or whatever, but during the time that we were in a relationship, like, we ain't had no problems. Like, and that's the type of person that I am with any relationship that I am. Because I'm like, what's the problem for? Like, we can talk about it. Like, if we have an issue with something, let's just talk. Like, I don't know. Like, and I'm like a calm person. I'm not with the drama. I'm like chill. Like, I treat guys good, massages. No, let's see. Let me see what she's whining about this time. I know one thing. This girl is like a princess. She just wants everything. Like, she just wants everything, and it's like, whew. But but anyways, I'm just like, how in the world? Oh, here she comes. Yes, Eleanor. Okay. So I'm gonna drink something. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just like, dude. Like I said, things happen for a reason. So when I think about just different things that's like that happen in a negative way, I'll be like, man, this happened for a reason. Of course, during the time while I'm in the negative situation, I'm not thinking about, oh, this happened for a reason. This girl. This girl. And then when she cries, she talking about eyes because she wants somebody to wipe her eyes. And this little girl, like sometimes I'll be like, I know you know. Ooh, like I said, that patience and goodness, and that's what I'm trying to get to, the point. And I know like whoever is watching this, y'all probably like, shoot, I'm patient watching you because you ain't saying nothing. You haven't said anything yet. But keep being a little bit more patient because I gotta close this door. Okay, so okay, so what about to say? So yeah, so I'm just like this dude, like basically I'm trying not to think about the situation because it would get me emotional about, my son being taken from me through lies. That's the thing that hurts the most. I have not done anything to harm a child. I know like I was a child before, like in a sense I'm still am a child, in a way. And I'm like, children, does y'all know what children are connected to, who children are connected to? Like, they are, like, precious and guided and, like, so, like, innocence. And I'm just like, that freaking call, and I'm talking about ever since I was a kid. Like I knew like how to treat people how I wanted to be treated. That wasn't nothing that I had to learn. That was something that was already in me. So me having children and even me being a mom, like I consider myself a mom before I even had children. Like I was considering myself a mom when I was 3 years old, playing with Barbie dolls and stuffed animals. Like those were my babies, my children, and I'm like kiss them goodnight every day, every morning, talk to them. Like those were, man, those were my babies. So I cared for, I was a motherly energy. I was, doing motherly things ever since 2 years old with my stuffed animals and, my dolls. So I'm like, for this dude to lie, that's the thing that I was just like, this nigga lied. For him to lie and then be proud of it. Like, how you so happy and proud that you took a child from their mother through your lies? Like, how are you proud of yourself? How people be like, how can you sleep with yourself at night? Like, really? That's why I'm like, I know his ass is being haunted. I know he feeling ashamed. Like, I know it. And then I'm like, good, motherfucker, good. And everybody else that helped him, that was a part of it. All of y'all. And then, like, his girl at the time, who knows if they still together, but who cares? But I'm like, she was a mother. And I'm like, bitch, how are you over here lying to get my child so you can try to take my spot? Like, bitch, I'm his mother. You would never be my child's mother. Never. And I'm like, you taking an innocent child from an innocent mother. And you a mom. Like, come on now. How would you feel if that happened to you? Why would you do something like that? So of course this whole time while everything is going on, transpiring 2027, I mean 2027, 2017, 2018, I'm just like not seeing the bigger picture of it. I'm not. I'm just like, I'm hurt, I'm emotional, I'm crying, I'm confused, I'm embarrassed, I'm like just like what the heck is going on? Like how did I get in this situation? Like my black ass being too effing nice to people got me in this situation. I gave him a freaking ride home. He asked me, this is my son's dad. This is after our son's Kennedy Krieger appointment from Kennedy Krieger Institute. They deal with autism spectrum. And this is the last day, the third day, the last day. This was like in October 2017. So, of course, this girl gave him a ride there, but I guess she had to leave or whatever. But who knows? This probably how long the plot, went on to. So at the end of it, he was like, "You think you give me a ride home? Can you give me a ride home? Yada yada yada." And I'm like, and he lived, and I lived in opposite direction. Like Kennedy Krieger, you could say was like halfway to his house, halfway to my house, but in opposite ends, opposite directions. He lived on the east Baltimore. I lived in West Baltimore at the time. So in my mind, I was just like, no. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't mind giving him a ride home. Whatever, fine, cool. Like it wasn't like no, 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 don't do it in my mind. But it was just like no. But at the same time, I'm like, well, why not? I'm just going home. It's like three something. It's still early. Whatever. It's a nice day. I mean, it was October, but it was still like a nice kind of a day. So I'm just like, all right, cool. This nigga ain't say nothing like, well, I'm taking my son with me or anything. Of course, if he would have said that, I would have been like, no, I ain't giving you no ride home. Nigga ain't say none of that. So, anyways, giving him a ride home, yada yada. In the car, no problems, no drama, just listening to music. And this nigga, whole time, this nigga plotting and scheming on setting me up, him and his crew. But I ain't even gonna get too much into what happened. But basically, this nigga lied and said that I did some stuff that I didn't do. And then I had to go to I ain't even gonna get into it, but just going to court for a criminal. Man, I had to go for a freaking criminal. Okay, let me not think about it because I'm about to get emotional because it's like so messed up. And when I'm like, I'm a good ass person, like, what did I do to you people? Nigga, what did I do to you? Like, for real. Talking about it, like, my black ass could have went to jail for some bullshit. Nigga freaking lying. And I'm like, this whole time, like, you hurting my children. Nigga, you hurting my children. You focus on hurting me. You and your bitch ass crew focus on hurting me so freaking bad that y'all do y'all realize y'all hurting my children? Why y'all focus on hurting me? What did I do to y'all? What did I freaking do? That's why I'm like, tell me something. I kid you not. I be in my head. When I say throughout the years, I be in my head like just thinking briefly, like, what did I do to this person for them to be treating me like this? What did I and I'm trying to think of anything negative. I'm just like, what did I do? Did I say something? What I kid you not, I be going through my mind like trying to pinpoint things and like did I do something? Did I accidentally step on his shoe? Did I drop this plate of food? Did I drop his fork and then I rinsed it off and he and gave it back to him? And he didn't like that. Like I don't know. I'll be trying to think like what what did I do? Cause I'm like I didn't do anything bad to nobody. So for me to be going through this, I'm just like, nah, it's a bigger picture. Like it's I gotta look at it as a whole. So I'm like, I know I'm somebody special. I know my children are special. Like for this world, because for this to be happening to innocent people, I'm like, nah, something y'all trying too damn hard, or y'all just doing too much to keep my children separated from each other and separated from me. Y'all doing way too much, or y'all like it got to be something about me and my children for y'all to be doing this. Y'all know something, and at the time, I mean I knew, but I didn't know, you know. But them actions, them actions. Now show me your badge. I said it earlier, but I'm like, yeah, me and my children were special. We're like really, really, really special for this world. Like it's just confirmations after confirmations. Cause I'm like, and nigga, you smiling, you happy that you took your son from his mom. Like why? Because you had this other bitch on the side. Like oh well, she can be his mom. She can be his mom. Man, and when I say me and this nigga do have no communication, well, to me, I feel like I'm communicating with him every month, cause this nigga put me on child support. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk too much about all that because this is the thing. This is the reason why I was like trying making this video to talk and stuff like that because he is he's treading on thin ice basically, and a lot of y'all liars are all this corrupt and stuff in the world. Y'all treading on really thin ice with me. Oh, and getting back to what I was talking about to my spiritual chaplain, she was saying like what did she say? How did she word it? She was saying something, and I was telling her like I'm trying to avoid talking about the situation with my dealing with my younger son and his dad and the lies and stuff like that. How my black ass could have went to jail for some bullshit, got a criminal freaking charge because he's talking about my car door bumped his arm. He said my car door bumped his arm, so he filed criminal charges. So basically on paperwork it looked like I hit him with my car, but my car door, he claimed that my car door bumped his arm. So I had to go to court. I got a lawyer for a freaking criminal trial, criminal charges, second degree assault. Like this, I freaking could have went to jail because He claimed that my car door bumped his arm. Wow. And nigga, you happy about that? You happy about that? Like your people, y'all happy about that? Y'all patting yourselves on the back like, yeah, send her to jail, take her to jail because, her car door bumped his arm. Mind you, like that's what he said. That my car door bumped his arm. But a bump on the arm from a car door, nigga, how old are you? You ain't no real man. You most definitely ain't no real man. You are not no motherfucking real man. And then for me, like, nigga, what did I do to you? That's the thing. Y'all do not know when I say I be going through my mind and I'll be like, what did I do to this nigga? What did I do? I'm so freaking serious. Like, me and him, we don't be having no arguments. I'm talking about before we was pregnant. No arguments, no nothing. Everything was cool. Yeah, he was sleeping around and stuff like that. Fine. But I wasn't like yelling at him, didn't put my hands on him. He ain't put his hands on me. Like none of that. When I got pregnant, it was basically don't want to have a baby, yada yada yada, get a termination. I'm like, no, I'm keeping my child, whatever, whatever. So that whole pregnancy was just like, no, we ain't together. I don't want to be with you. Don't want the baby, whatever. Fine. Fast forward to after I had the baby. The baby is here. We were still co-parenting, still no issues and problems. When our son had doctor's appointments, I would be like, do you want me to pick you up to take you, are you going to the doctor's appointment with me, or not drop you off after work, or whatever. Like co-parenting, co-parenting, like a good co-parenting, no problems, no issues, none of that. Co-parenting, hey, pick him up, take him to our son's doctor's appointment. When the doctor's appointment finished, drop him off at work. Like no kind of sexual things or anything. It was just like co-parenting, fine. And that's the kind of person that I am. Like, what's the problem? What's the drama? Like, I don't want you, you don't want me. We moving forward, we are grown adults. What's the problem? So it was no problem until a feminine energy came in, I guess trying to start taking over and was like, wait a minute, y'all cool with each other? Y'all not having no drama? No baby mama, baby daddy drama? Hmm. No, let me stir up some shit. Let me put my 2 cents into some stuff. And then I guess he got pussy whipped or that pussy magic or something, and then he just started acting all crazy, not crazy, but just start acting weird towards me, like saying some shit. And she was basically communicating with me about our son instead of his ass. And then I was just like, nah, that happened to me before. When my first baby daddy, when his wife would start to do that instead of him, like, and then he was calling me, like I would call him. This is when my first children's father, I would call him and be like, hey, can I get the boys for this weekend? I know I had them last weekend, but I want to get them again because, I'm off for work. I don't got to work this weekend, yada, 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 whatever, whatever. He would be like, oh, well, hold on, let me ask, well, he said the girl name, but let me ask her or whatever. So I'm thinking like, cool, because they probably got plans, you know, I got to check with her to see do she got any plans for them for the weekend. Cool, no problem. They married. Okay, I respect that. Fine, no problems, no drama. Cool. He got back to me on telephone, whatever. Say it was like a couple of days later. So I'm like, can I get him for this weekend? Like, did y'all talk? You like, what's going on? Can I get him for this weekend? Oh, well, you got to call and ask her. Like, what? And at the time, mind you, this is my first experience with dealing with all of this. So I didn't mind calling her. So I'm calling her, talking to her, like, yeah, I want to get the boys for the weekend, for this weekend come in, yada, yada, yada. She would either say yay or nay or whatever. But then again, it would come times when she would call and or text me and be like, yeah, can you make sure you do this for the boys? Can you drop them off over here? Or we on our way? Or we going to be about 15 minutes late? Or yada, and then she would be doing that, not him. So then, like I said, I'll be in my mind like, why he ain't doing it? But whatever, cool. Mind you, not really thinking too much into it. But this whole long time, that was my naive part. Like damn, she was the one that was taking over. So then there became a part where I was asking him, still calling him about our sons, and he was just like, "Oh, you have to call her." I'm like, "Nigga, me and you got kids together, not me and her. Me and you talk about our sons, and then me and you agree to something, and then you let her know what the agreement is that me and you came up with our sons. You know, me and her, we don't have to talk about our sons." Man, it was just a whole thing. So, anyways, this new girl right here, Melvin's whatever girl or whatever, she started doing the same thing. So I was just like Fi's texting me about my son Melvin. I was just like, why is dad not texting me? So I'm like, oh goodness, nope, this ain't. I learned my lesson from years ago. This ain't happening. This ain't happening. So so when she would text me about, something like, yeah, 15 minutes away, or can you make sure when we pick him up, can you have his blue jacket and yada yada yada, or something like that. So then about, I would see the text, and then, like a few minutes later, I would like text his dad, and I would be like, I will make sure that our son will have the blue jacket. Or, okay, I know y'all going to be 15 minutes late. Like, I would text him, whatever she texts me, I would text him the answer, or the comment or something. I wouldn't reply to her because I'm like, nope, that ain't happening. Like, no disrespect to her, but no, I don't know. Like, if it's an emergency, absolutely. If it's an emergency, anybody can call and text me. If it's done without, with my sons, like, anybody can call and text me. But just over some simple stuff, no, the dad can do that. Like, man and dad didn't have no problem. Even with my first baby daddy, me and him didn't have no problem until the girl came in the picture. And I'm like, I don't want him. I do not want this nigga. Like, man, I'm gonna just do like a whole separate video of like plenty of times when I be telling these dudes that are in the past, like, let's just be co-parenting, or I'm not feeling you. Can we just stop talking? This, man, I had an ex best friend. Yes, an ex best friend, because he's not my best friend. It was a male. I had a male and a female best friend. I don't talk to them no more. But my male best friend, who I know since I was 13 years old, me and him throughout the years, we done kept in touch and stuff like that or whatever. Throughout the years, childhood, high school, middle school, whatever, whatever. He was like my first boyfriend, actually, when I was like 13. Yeah, my first boyfriend, and that was his first, sexual partner. Like, years later, I think I was like 17, he was like 18 or something. And I was like his first. So, anyways, well, I was 16 and he was 17. I don't know, but he's older than me. So throughout the years, we kept in touch. Sometimes we didn't talk for like years because we moved or this and that or whatever. But we always end up finding each other, especially when Facebook came about. You know. So, anyways, um, back in this was, yeah, like 2020. 20, no, not 2020. That was recently. Back when I had my son, I had him in 2014, 2015, so I'm say 2016, 2016-ish. Yeah, 25th, he turned one. Goodness, yeah, like 2016-ish. Yeah, we got back in touch. This is when I had moved to Baltimore, whatever. So my son Melvin was one. So he turned one in December. So we started talking back around, like, this is my best friend, like, maybe, yeah, like in January. I'm gonna say like January, February, March. Yeah, for like them couple of months or whatever, a few couple of months. But throughout the years, we've just talked on the telephone, kept in touch, whatever, whatever. But this particular time, matter of fact, before that, once I moved to Baltimore, yeah, he was coming over or whatever. But anyway, he would come over and we would smoke, we would chill, we would vibe, we would, do some adult stuff. Fine, cool. So, needless to say, um, I started dating another guy, or whatever. Like, me and my best friend, we stopped talking for a while, and I started. A new guy had came into my life or whatever. Me and this new guy was just chilling and stuff like that, and he and my best friend at the time, he ended up finding a girl too. So it was just like, oh, he got a girlfriend. I got this dude I'm talking to. Cool, you know. So we wasn't. Who was just calling me? They have to leave me a message. So they wasn't. What happened? So we long story short, basically, long story short, him and his girl stopped talking. Me and the dude just stopped talking. But this dude was like, oh my goodness, the he set the bar. So I'm just like, I'm not going to go back to something that I already had. So I was telling my friend at the time, like, no, let's just be, what's the word? Platonic. Let's just be platonic friends. Like, I don't want to, be intimate with you anymore. And I'm saying it in a good way. Like, I'm not saying, like, nigga, I ain't trying to F you no more. I'm saying it in like a good kind of way. We friends, we cool, that's when, and I'm saying this to him over the telephone. So he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm just like, I don't want to have sex with you anymore. So why he's just like, oh, now all of a sudden you don't want to be a whore. You don't want to be a hoe anymore. Like, you too old for that now. You've been a whore for this long. You might as well keep. Like, this nigga was just like cussing me out, like, because I didn't want to have sex with him anymore, calling me all kinds of names, like bringing up stuff from my past that I didn't know he felt that way about the situation. He was, and I had 4 sons at the time. He was just like, yeah, you want to stop being a whore now, or what, you trying to save yourself for marriage for another guy, whatever? Ain't nobody gonna want nobody who got 4 kids by 3 different guys and yada yada yada. Like, no, you just need to continue being a whore and yada. And then this nigga kept saying like my pussy wasn't all that good, but nigga, you begging for it though. Like, what? Like, but you begging, for me to, okay, but it wasn't all that good, okay? So he was like, it wasn't all that good. It was just convenient pussy. It's not all that good, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just like, he's saying this to me on the telephone, then he's texting it to me. So I'm just like, you know what? Block. And I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm not saying, nigga, your small ass penis or your stuff is whack. I'm not saying none of that. If it's true or if it's not true, I'm not saying none of that, because if it was whack, like, why would I keep going, having him come over and whatever, whatever. Like, mm, I'm not saying that it wasn't whack, but I'm just saying if it was and if it wasn't, like, I wouldn't say that because I'm like, who cares? So, but long story short, basically, I'm getting from that is when I be telling these niggas the truth, like, hey, let's just be co-parenting, or let's just be platonic, and I'm saying it in a nice, balanced way. What time is it? 11:12. Okay, saying it in a nice, balanced way. These niggas be trying to cuss me out, and I'm just like, or trying to be like, no, no, let's still stay together. Let's still stay together. We can work it out. We get it. And I'm telling them like, no, let's just be co-parenting. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to marry you. Let's just be co-parenting. No, how about this? How about we do this? How about we go on a trip? How about we? And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm telling y'all. Like, what do you not understand? Like, I'm telling you the truth. Like, that don't want to be with you. It should be like, come on, there's plenty of other women in this world. If I'm telling you I don't want to be with you, it should be like, well, damn, I get it. It might be hurtful, but realize that there's plenty of other women in this world. Move on. Like, come on. And it wasn't even something like I was saying somebody else. It was just more so like, I'm not happy. Like, I'm not happy. I know that I'm wasting my time and wasting their time. But anyways, so I don't even know how I got on that topic, but just know that what was I talking about? Far as getting back to what I was talking about to with the chaplain, like, I'm all over the place. When I was talking about with the chaplain, like, these, just everybody who's lies, who corrupt or whatever, she was saying something like, talk about it and stuff like that, and I'm like, I try to avoid talking about anything dealing with my son Melvin and with his dad, because anything dealing with his dad, I will cuss. Like, the only thing I want to do is like cuss this motherfucker out. Like, even now, like, I just want to like, nigga, what the? Look, you guys. So I'm like, I try not to think about him. I don't think about him because my thoughts are powerful. This nigga will be falling from a motherfucking building. So I'm like, let me not think about this motherfucker because shit will happen to him. Things will happen to him. And my hands will be kept clean, but shit will be happening to him. So I'm like, let me not think about that. So she was like, well, if you think about it, or something she was saying like release it and stuff like that. So something she was like, oh my goodness, how did she put it? But basically, I was just saying like, if I know, and I was telling her I watched the movie Hawk the day before this conversation, and so the movie Hawk. Hawk get like big and grown and big when he gets angry and like Shrek through that raw when he gets like angry. So I was telling her, I was like, you niggas don't want to see me. This world do not want to see me angry. This world, I might be pissed off some, yeah, but getting me angry, like having me release this shit that's inside of me, this this hurt, this pain, this anguish, this so much stuff that's inside of me. If I were to release this, like go like ooh, when I was telling her, and I was like freaking crying because just thinking about it, I said this world would be fucking a disaster. When I say destruction, disaster, EMP, blackouts, fire pits, the ground opening up, earthquakes, tornadoes, and I'm talking about all freaking around. I'm talking about the ground opening the fuck up. I'm talking about fireballs coming from the sky. That's what I'm talking about, and I'm so freaking serious. So I'm like, y'all motherfuckers who's doing some evil ass shit, who is corrupt, y'all niggas better count y'all motherfucking blessings, and y'all are treading on very thin ice. Y'all lucky I've got this shit still bottled up inside of me because once I release this shit, it's like a compressed, and how she even put it, like a pressure cooker. And I'm just like, I'm trying to avoid thinking about all this negative shit. So, but that means it's still inside of me because I'm avoiding it. I'm avoiding it. I'm avoiding it. Because once I stop avoiding it and actually talk the fuck about it and just release this shit out in the atmosphere, like, man, man, listen, I'm telling y'all, and there's so much freaking stuff I'm saying this world gonna be in destruction, in freaking destruction, 100%. If I let all this shit out. So she was saying, well, how about, let it out a little bit at a time, like, release a little bit at a time. And something she was saying, like the word compassionate, like, something about compassion. Like if you let it all out at the same time, you're going to feel compassionate about the people who do tell the truth, end up telling the truth. Something she said. And I was like, compassionate. I'm like, I'm compassionate now because I'm giving these motherfuckers time. Well, I ain't say motherfuckers, but but I'm like, I'm giving these people time to come out and tell the truth. This is my compassionate stage right now. I'm compassionate to y'all motherfuckers right now. Okay? So once this shit is out, it's on y'all. And when I say the beast is taint, like when I say what's inside of me, and that's why it's like, and I was telling her like I can't just let piece by piece out, little by little, and discuss it, because I'm just like that would have me dragging it on. I don't want to drag this shit on. I'm like, if it's out, this shit is busting the fuck out. all at once. It's, it's busting out. Like, it, the whole fucking atmosphere. Like, man, when I tell y'all, when I tell y'all, so ain't no little by little letting it out. Absolutely not, because that means I gotta keep dealing with it. Keep dealing with it. Okay, I got released that part. Now I gotta release another part. Okay, I dealt with that. Now I gotta. No, all these motherfucking parts is coming out at the same damn time. So basically, what I'm saying is, at this point, y'all niggas is treading lightly, because the way, and I ain't gonna say y'all lucky right now, but the way that my schedule is set up now, my timing is set up now, I need time. I want that privacy time to release it. And I realize that I have to do that. So just know all this destruction and chaos and chaotic shit and darkness is fucking coming. It's coming, because I know once I release it, it's going to be a beautiful release. Because that's what I need to do. I need to cuss motherfuckers out. I need to just get all this shit out of me. All this anger, all this rage. I need to get it the fuck out of me. But I'm like, how and when? And, you know, like I said, my schedule. I can't do this shit when my daughter is here. My daughter, even if I go in another room, my daughter might be like, "Who? What in the world?" Like, she gonna be hearing words that she never even heard before. Like, what is going on with you, mommy? Like, what? And not saying that I'm gonna beat anything physical, violent to anybody. I might like punch a pillow or punch the mattress. That's about it. But I'm just saying, releasing, crying, jumping, like breathing. Like, I mean, I listen. I see it because I freaking feel it, and it's like, and let me calm down, because it's like some of the stuff just want to come out now. Here go a bee flying around the window, but I'm about to get off. But I'm like, my daughter is here with me, so I can't do that. And then even if it's, the teacher's here now, they probably gonna be like, oh my goodness, what's going on in that room with her? Why is she yelling and cussing and screaming and yeah, like what the heck? I can't do it then, and I can't do it at nighttime. Everybody be asleep. So I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers is lucky. But once I get that, I know I'm gonna get some free time. I know I'm gonna get some free time. When? Not quite sure, but I know once that free time is coming, y'all, I'm releasing this shit. This beast, my wrath, wrath is in my name, okay? Demitra H. The M can be a W. The wrath of Demitra is coming. Let me get that free time. Let me get this free time to myself. The wrath is a coming. And this is the compassionate stage. Y'all motherfuckers better free yourselves. Y'all better tell the truth. Start speaking up. Admit is in my name. ADMIT. So, I mean, so that's basically what I wanted to say anyway. We have 50 minutes. And yeah, so just know my wrath is a coming. Is a coming. And destruction. When I say EMPs, darkness, chaos, listen, watch them World War movies or all that shit when grounds is opening up, when the water network, and man, I freaking see it when fireballs coming from the sky. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all know who I am? Do y'all know who the fuck I am? All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I gotta go.